Well, with Trump, we certainly have a new time coming up, and it's not a cheerful time because he has been very clear that he sees as a task to not support, for example, minority rights or even majority rights when it comes to women's rights. Good direction, and that of course has repercussions for Europe. And I think it's now time that the European Union member states get closer together in the sense of, finding a common answer as vis-a-vis the US, for example, and not to have one member state, for example, trying to be best friends with Trump and others trying to keep up some values and some experiences. So there we really need to unite the European Union more than ever, also when it comes to foreign policy, for example. But also I think it's very important that in order to make fair distribution of refugees and the responsibility that comes along with that, but also when it comes, for example, to the austerity problems, in order to get over that and solve the financial problems that we have.
Yeah, but
It won't affect. I mean, yes, we are also against TTIP, but that doesn't make us like Trump at all. We're against TTIP for very different reasons, because we think TTIP is bad because it undermines the standards that we have, environmental aspects for workers' rights and all of that. And that's why we're against it also, because we don't want to have special privileges for businesses. But Trump is defending special privileges for businesses. He just says they should only be for American businesses. So we have very different reasons for why we object to TTIP. And I don't think that in order to be against Trump and what Trump represents, you have to be for free trade agreements of the sort that we are having right now. I mean, that certainly is not a track that we're going to step into. The 27 have to find a joint answer to Brexit. They have to have a joint negotiation vis-a-vis the UK, and they should not, under no circumstances, be divided, and especially never give up all the fundamental pillars that the EU is founded on, like, for example, the fundamental freedoms. Well, it seems that the UK, or at least Prime Minister May, doesn't want any of the freedoms. All right, we have to see that. I don't think it's very good for the UK to move far away from the European Union, but that's their decision, of course, to take. From our point of view, from the other side of the channel, it's really not a good idea for the UK to move away, but it's extremely important that we stick together and that we also make sure that it's understood overall, like over the whole European Union, that if you leave the European Union, that you're not going to be better off in terms of relations, for example, than before. I mean, to be a member of the European Union means something, and that also becomes clear, of course, when one member decides to leave.
yeah, but
I think that's exactly the important point. I mean, one is the strategy vis-a-vis the UK as such, because of the situation we're in right now. But indeed, we have to ask ourselves the question: why are people disillusioned about the European Union? Because the European Union is something that, if we wouldn't have it right now, we would need to invent, because no nation state can cope on their own with the big challenges of today, like globalization, like climate change, like social inequality as well. And but the question is then, okay, but where is the added value of the European Union? What is the European Union doing to control globalization, for example? What does the European Union do in order to do something, like what is the European Union doing against climate change, for example? And that we have to make, well, not just more visible, but we have to do more of it. For example, it doesn't help if we do free trade agreements that are strengthening the negative aspects of globalization. We have to make sure that we create also a social European Union, so that the people who live inside the EU really also have, benefit from it. And I mean, not just in material terms, but also really seeing that the quality of life is increasing, and that they're getting something out of this cooperation as well.